Good morning, welcome to my channel. It's Michelle. You're more than welcome to be here. This is the second time of recording this video because it stopped in the middle. So I have actually pulled two cards, which I'll show you in a moment. So I'm just re-recording what I've said, really. So today is the 30th of September 2022. It's a powerful day. We are under the retrograde of Mercury for the next couple of days, hence why my video probably stopped in the middle. But what is coming in and what has been the theme this week is more insight, more guidance, more knowledge coming in, and also to reflect and review what's been happening this week. So today we're going to get even more insight into what's going on for us. More guidance is coming in. Your own inner wisdom is going to be heightened, your own intuition. And some of you may well have been doubting this over the last month, weeks. And there's going to be more signs that you're going to be receiving today. So look out for signs that are going to clarify your inner knowing. So confirming what you already thought. Okay? So that's what's going to be coming in, because at the end of the day, your soul knows what's right for you. And this is going to be different for everybody watching this. So it's another day for going within, retreating, reviewing and reflecting. We're at the end of the month. So it's a great opportunity to look back and see what we've learned, what we haven't, what we still need to work on. And that's okay. It's about knowing that we are worthy of receiving all that we want in our lives. So we're looking back, reflecting over the month, looking at what we've released, what have we grown from, what have we learned, in summary. It's also a reminder that you are always guided. You are always protected. You're always provided for. But your own inner wisdom is your inner compass, and it will not let you down. All you have to do is call in your guides, call in spirit, ask for help, because they can't help you unless you ask. Gratitude is another thing. We've been talking about this all week. Being grateful for what we have. It doesn't have to be the big stuff. It could just be that you've woken up to a beautiful sunny day, that you're grateful for the air that you can breathe, that you are grateful for your children, your home, whatever it is. When we do this, we raise our vibration and we receive more of the same. So we're then bringing focus to what we want and what we don't want. So being looking at how you're thinking, how you're speaking. What are your thoughts? What are your words? What are your actions? What is your behaviours? What are your habits? That's all your inner guidance. So over the weekend, we are stepping into the energy of October, which is about self-responsibility. So tomorrow, Saturday, the 1st of October, you're stepping into that energy of self-responsibility. Taking responsibility for yourself and all that entails. Not blaming anyone else for your thoughts, your actions, your behaviours, but owning your stuff, owning your shit and looking at it. What else do I want to say? I've made quite a few notes here. So you are responsible for your thoughts. You are responsible for how you feel. Stand in your own power. You're stepping into your power in October. You're not going to be communicating like you did at the beginning of September, because we've had Mercury retrograde, which has taught us about communication. It's took us back to look at stuff from the past. And yes, this can be painful. Not always, but it can be. But we've been taken back to those situations, back to those people in our lives at that time, for us to have the opportunity to heal and learn and look at things in a different way. So don't sink into fear. Look at that stuff. You've still got today to do that. And tomorrow, because Mercury retrograde doesn't finish till Sunday. So speak your truth. Stand in your power is all the themes for October. And remember that you are worthy. You are worthy just as much as the person standing next to you. Now, I've done quite a bit of work on myself this week, and as you know, I walk the path with you. I don't have all the answers. I just literally share my experiences on this page or on this channel. And this week, I have been taken back to my childhood because I felt not equal, not as good as the person standing next to me. Even though in my heart I know I am, there was a belief that that was there that I wasn't. So I did some matrix re-imprinting work with a friend, and she took me back to standing in the playground at 5 on my first day at school. Never ever thought of that before. Never come into my consciousness. And she took me back because I felt unsafe. I felt abandoned. I felt, oh, well, why have I been dumped here? Why is all of the attention on somebody else? What am I meant to do? How am I meant to communicate? And we worked with that. And then we uncovered this belief that I had that I wasn't as important as my brother. Of course I was. But I chose to take that belief on in that moment, on that day, that I wasn't equal to him, that I wasn't worthy of the same love that he had, or the same attention, or whatever you want to add on to that, hang on to that. And then as we unravelled it, it was purely my brother had colic, my mum didn't have any time for herself, she didn't have any quality time that she could give me because she had this screaming baby. And I can remember bouncing my brother in his pram while my mum cooked dinner because she just couldn't put him down. So in that moment, I believed that he was more important than I was. Of course he wasn't. And with matrix imprinting, which is not something I do, but I can absolutely get in touch with the right person, I was given all that I needed. So I had time with my mum, time with my granny, playing with them, feeling their love, knowing that I had to go to school to learn and that my mum wasn't abandoning me or offloading me onto somebody else to look after because she was too busy, or that, well, she, you know, that I was as worthy as my brother. She just didn't have the time. And there's no judgment there. So I was able to heal that. I was able to see that thread that I've carried, that I'm not as good as everybody else, or I'm not as worthy as everybody else. I could see it in a completely different way and forgive my mom and myself for carrying that all the way through my life. So inner child work is not always for everybody, and that's okay. But any situation or relationship that we have been in will come back to that time, because that is how we learn. We learn from our parents, and they do the best they can. We aren't given an instruction manual when we have a baby. Doesn't work like that. So they are, you know, teaching you the beliefs and thoughts and all that they brought in, rightly or wrongly. But we are our own soul. We make a decision on what we believe. And yes, at that age, we believe everything our parents say. Don't we? Of course we do. So that I want to talk about. Worthiness and doing that inner work. Because it is about doing the inner work. Because that is what's going to heal us. And that's what's going to change us when we do that inner work. So when you feel unworthy, start to trace back in your immediate relationship and just keep going back as far as you want to go back comfortably. But inner work sometimes can be challenging. It can be painful. And you may not want to go there, and that's okay. There's no judgment. It helps us to trace back over our lives where we felt unworthy, where we felt not good enough. I was taken straight back to age 5. You may not. It is your path. It is your journey. And it's your choice if you want to do that healing work or not. Nobody can do it for you. Sunday, Mercury retrograde ends. And we will be left with our computers and phones working again, for one. But we will also be left, taking, jokes all aside, we will be left with communicating in a completely different way. So look back at how you can have communicated on the 1st of September to now. Because you will have learnt maybe boundaries, say no, changing your boundaries daily, stepping back, removing yourself from drama, being aware of who you're interacting with, how you're behaving, because remember, you can only change you can't change another. So how you respond to somebody or a situation. Standing in your power is going to be the theme, but you will communicate differently in a more loving way. Also, I had a session with someone yesterday about mind chatter, anxiety. When we have a situation that we're in, or we have a challenging relationship that we may not be able to leave for whatever reason at this time, it is difficult. It is difficult, but we can learn to communicate in a different way. And yes, it's absolutely okay. This is what I learned yesterday. It is okay to go over the conversation or the argument or the situation and review that. 100% it's okay. But when we start to keep playing it in our mind and we can't let it go, and I should have said this, I should have said that, I should have done this, I should have done that, or why didn't I do this, or why did I do that? We are in a loop, and that's what's causing our anxiety. That conversation has gone. That situation will have moved on with the words that you spoke, good or bad. We can't change what was said. We can't change how we behaved in that moment, but we can learn from it. So there's no point in you having that conversation in your mind continually playing out. I should have said this, I should have done that. Oh, why did I do that? I promised myself I wasn't going to do that. Who are you having the argument with? Yourself. That's not going to solve anything, because you need the other person to meet you halfway, or the situation needs to change. So let it go. There's nothing to say that you won't have that opportunity to, that situation won't come up again, or the same conversation may come up again, or the same situation, experience, and you have learnt to do it differently. You may then have that opportunity to say the things that you wish you'd said, or apologise for the things you did, or completely behave in a different way. And that's when the healing starts to happen, because you are changing you. And that is what this is all about. So you are going to be communicating in a completely different way. But let go of that mind chatter. I was so caught up in my own mind chatter. My anxiety was up here. The minute I thought, oh yeah, that's not going to change anything, is it? The other person doesn't know what I want to say. So it's not going to change the situation. Let it be. Let it go. Let it just flow and see what comes next. Because we are only in control of us. And sometimes you have to go away and reflect and go, okay, I shouldn't have done that. You may want to go and apologise straight away. You may not. Or you may think, oh yeah, I allowed that person to take my power. Whatever it is for you, yeah? But all of this is lessons. It's never a mistake. They're always lessons and giving you information and knowledge to move forward and to communicate in a different way. And that is very key Now that we have come out of, or about to come out of Mercury retrograde, we've been learning great big lessons this month on communication. What also may have been coming up for you is past events, past situations. You may be finding that you've had the same conversations again and you're like, oh my God, why aren't you listening? You're not in control of somebody else hearing you. You can only stand in your power, set your boundary, look at yourself, do your inner work, admit when you're wrong, forgive yourself, move forward, let it go. It's not easy. I don't say it's easy, it's not. But we have so much support, we only have to ask for it. So we're going to be standing in our power in October. We are going to know that we're communicating differently. We are, and Mercury retrograde, as I said, takes you back to give you opportunities to do things differently. So we've still got a couple more days to do that. So if there is something that you need to apologise for, if there is something that you feel you didn't finish saying, do it. Heal it. Yeah. So the cards that I pulled was miracles, which is great, a great card, when we change the way we behave, when we own our shit, when we start working and unraveling ourselves, the magic happens. We change, the vibration of us changes. I went into my kids yesterday after having this mind chatter session, right? And they went, Mum, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, you seem a bit odd. I don't know where it came from. You seem different, Mum. Oh, do I? I don't know. But my vibration changed and they felt it on some level. So expect miracles to happen in your life. When we do the inner work, your vibration changes, your thoughts and beliefs change, and miracles happen. Okay? Yep, we got the inner child card. Because a lot of what we hold happened when we were tiny, when we were little. And for whatever reason, good or bad, we need to heal those aspects of us. Now, this is deep, deep work that not everybody wants to do, and that's okay. But to move forward, we need to unravel our thoughts, unravel our core beliefs, and look at our own behaviours and our own habits and not blame others. And that is not easy to do sometimes. And sometimes this work is very simple and sometimes it is painful. But I know what I'd like to do. I'd like to sit with those tears, sit with those emotions, because those emotions are affecting our mind, our mental health and our physical health. So if I can go back and it is a little bit painful or even a lot painful, and I can unravel it and change my behaviour and my beliefs and my thoughts, I'm going to do it. But it's not for everyone, and that's okay. When you're ready, you will do it, and it might not be this lifetime. So I'm going to leave it there. But look at your childhood. You might not even have to go back to when you were this small, but you have a wounding within you from a thought or belief that you have taken upon yourself. So some of this is going to be really triggering, and I understand that. That's why we have therapists. That's why we have angelic support. That's why we're here. We come here to heal and to learn and to grow. So if you want to reach out to me, I have many tools. I have light language, we have sound healing, we have homeopathy, we have flower essences, we have hands-on healing, we have colour, we have shapes. We have so much in our toolbox. So if I can help you, or if you want to talk to me about how I may be able to help you, I'm doing card readings that then turn into a mini healing, or we're doing a healing and we end up pulling cards or something, or we bring in a code, a light code. We have a hanger where we start. It could be you come for a reading and you end up having homeopathy. I've got clients at the moment that have come for homeopathy and we're doing deep inner healing stuff. When you're ready to stand up and own your stuff, you're ready to grow and let go and heal. So I'm going to leave those thoughts with you. And if you want my help, it's michellewestinfo@gmail.com. And keep watching my channel, because I just share my stories here in the hope that I can help you to unravel your past traumas. Love you lots. Take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye for now.